everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making this Lawn Fawn card using the Christmouse stamp set along with Cozy Christmas, both from Lawn Fawn. And I've already kind of started out with using some pattern papers from the Snow Day set 6x6, but I decided to go a different direction on the pattern paper, so ignore the green pattern paper. But we are going to be working on card number 12 in my holiday card series, and we're going to start off by inking up some of these images from the Christmouse stamp set. This is a collaboration that happened with Lawn Fawn and Summons to Stamp this time last year. Actually, it was probably Stamp Timber, actually, and it sold out really, really fast, probably record time, I guess. So they decided to go ahead and do a little fun thing here and bring it back to Summons to Stamp, and it sold out once again very, very fast. And as you can tell, since it is such a cute set, I can see why it did. So I'm happy to be able to use it in today's card and make a card with it. So I'm going to start off by inking up some of my images from the stamps, both sets here, and I'm going to be paper piecing the little fireplace here. So that's why I'm going to stamp this down onto this pattern paper here. And I really, really like the detail, and it really does look or add to the effect of brick. So I am going to quickly color in some of my images here. I'm going to be using some warm grays from a little mice, and because I want them to appear white, but I do want to add some shadows, and I'm going to go really quickly through this coloring because it's very, very simple, and I didn't do too much at all, so I didn't go in any depth or anything like that. Probably the most coloring I did was on the lights and the little, I guess, cheese tree. So because like I said, I'm going to be paper piecing the fireplace. So I'm going to be using one of my warm gray colors, and I'm going to be blending it out a lot with my I can't talk today, guys. My colorless blender, and I'm going to add just a little bit of E40 to the inner of the ears here, and then use R20 for the blush for the cheeks, even though I guess mice do not have rosy cheeks, but it adds to the cuteness, I think. So that's why we're going to go ahead and add the rosiness to the cheeks. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and then I'm going to work on the little Santa hat here. And since these are such small images, I don't need to blend too much. So I'm going to be using R29 and R39 for my reds. And these two blend out really, really nicely. It's one of my favorite red combinations ever, really. And actually, I use these so much lately within the last month or so because of all of the cards that I've been doing. I'm probably going to either have to get a new marker or invest into a re-inker, but I'm probably going to get a new marker because that's just a better thing for me to do. So I've finished up the coloring of the mice, and I'm going to go in with the lights, and I'm going to do like a Roy G. Biv rainbow color, if you will, of the lights, because that will stand out a lot against the background of my fireplace once I get it paper pieced. So I'm going to be using 2 reds, 2 oranges, 2 yellows, 2 greens, and 2 blues. And all of the markers that I am using, as always, I will have them all listed below in the description bar area, so you can check out the exact colors that I did use. And I'm just kind of going from, sometimes I'm going darkest to lightest, and then other times I went lightest to darkest. So it really doesn't matter. With these smaller images, it really doesn't, matter too much. Now with the blue here, you can tell I'm kind of touching each marker to kind of help it blend because the blues were a little bit too far apart to blend on their own. So I had to kind of help it along there. So I'm taking the same yellows that I used for the light, and I'm going to use it for my little cheese tree here, and kind of giving it some shadows and going around, and then adding it to adding my lightest around there. And then for like the inner part of the cheese in the holes there, I'm going to add my darkest yellow. And then for the little stump, I'm going to use my warm gray that I used before on the little mice. I want to say mouse. I keep wanting to say mice because there are 2 and there are multiple, so you say mice. Anyway, so as you can see here, I didn't mess with the star on the tree, but you will see what I'm going to do later with that. And then for the little present, I just added a little bit of green and just a little bit of red. I didn't blend anything out because it's way too small for that. So I've completed all the coloring, and now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut my pattern paper here with my image of my fireplace. And you can see how that's going to look there. I am going to go ahead and use the coordinating dies for all of these sets. Even though I did cut out the pattern paper, I still wanted to use the coordinating die and to have that little white border, because it really will make the fireplace stand out against my card and the background of my card. So I've just added some liquid glue to that and just add that in place. And I'm now going to take my dies here and add that to each coordinating image here. And off camera, you will see later on, I did go ahead and stamp off camera the little, in Cozy Christmas, there is the little fire and the little log. I did do that off camera because, of course, that added to my scene. So I'm taking this pattern paper here. This is the Perfectly Plaid Winter, and I've chosen this pattern here. I'm going to take this die here from Right at Home. It's one of my favorite dies lately. Cut out my panel there for the folk background of my card. I'm going to take this stamp set here. This is Dad's Day. This is an older set, of course, from Lawn Fawn. And I thought it would be cute and a cute element to add to my scene here with the fireplace. So I'm going to take out my Misty here because this is a solid image stamp. And I'm going to take my Hippo ink and make sure I get that good and inked up well. Even though I have my Misty, I want to make sure it is still inked up well. So I'm going to stamp that down. I'm going to do it one more time to make sure I get a good solid image. I don't think there is a coordinating die for this set. And if there is, of course I don't have it. But it really isn't that hard to fussy cut out because of the way that it is designed. So I went ahead and fussy cut that off camera. Now I'm taking this piece here. This is kind of the piece that was left over from whenever I die cut the fireplace. And I'm going to take my dark warm, I think this is W7 marker. And I'm going to just coat this whole little panel here, and you will see what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to add it to the back. It's going to add like a little background to my fireplace to make it look like, obviously, because there's fire in the fireplace, look like it's, like soot or something like that within that fireplace. And it's really going to help set that off. And it makes more sense this way, too, because I'm going to add the little fire to it, too. So you can kind of see I'm adding it with my liquid glue there and getting that into place, and that really sets that off, and I really do like how that is turning out. And then I'm going to go ahead and start putting together my panel here and my card images. So I'm going to take my liquid glue and add that to my card base. I've got an A2 size card as usual, and I'm going to add that to my white card base. This is the Paper Tray Ink Stamper Select White. It's my favorite white cardstock. And I'm going to add that to that and make sure it's good and lined up there. And I'm going to start to slowly build up my images here. So I'm going to, if you hear my cat in the background, she was in trouble earlier. So you'll probably hear her meowing in the background. And I apologize for that. She was a bad kitty. So anyway, so I'm going to take my little lights here. I'm going to kind of trim off the end because it just didn't look right to me. So I'm going to trim off the end so it'll be even on both sides there. And I'm going to take my liquid glue again and add that to the back of this image here. And that way I can line it up really, really easily onto my little fireplace. And I really, really do love this pattern paper for, like I mentioned before. This really looks like brick to me. So it was really a really great choice, I think, on the pattern paper. So I'm just kind of cleaning up some glue there that oozed out a little bit. No problem at all with that. And I'm going to add some foam tape to the back of this fireplace because it'll add some dimension. Oh yeah, I want to add my little fire too, so it can be all one piece. That way it'll be easier whenever I add the foam adhesive. I can already have that into place. And I did, like I said, I did do that off camera, and I'm sorry that I didn't capture that on film, but I just didn't think about it at the time. But so I'm going to go ahead and add my foam tape here. I really do like this Scotch tape because it's not too thick, but it's not too thin either. It's just really kind of the perfect thickness for images like this. So I've added that, and then I'm going to add the rest of my images, my little cheese tree, and get that into place, and then my little mouse with his present. And I really do like how the scene is coming together here. So I'm going to add that and then add him into place and get him added to the scene. And then I'm going to take the little mouse with the little Santa hat and add him to the chair. I thought it would be really cute for him standing in the chair there. So I'm going to add foam adhesive on him as well. But then I'm going to add just some liquid glue to my chair and just adhere that straight down onto the card panel there. And because there's a lot of dimension going on already, and it kind of looks better against that fireplace there. Kind of looks, it looked like it's kind of sitting a little bit back in the background. So I've got that into place. And then the next part, I'm going to add my sentiment. And I've chosen the Have a Mice Christmas. So I've lined that up on my block there. I'm going to ink it up with my VersaFine Onyx Black, my favorite black for sentiment. So I'm going to get that placed down there and really breathe a sigh of relief so I didn't mess it up, because all of this work and I would have hated to have messed up on the sentiment there. So next I'm going to add just some final touches to this, and I'm going to get my Wink of Stella. I've got a gold Wink of Stella, and it's really like a what you call an old gold, I guess. It's a deeper gold. It's not really bright, but I thought it would be great. Sorry for my cat, you guys. I thought it would be a great accent for the star on the tree. And then I'm going to take my regular Wink of Stella, my clear Wink of Stella, and add that to my lights just to give it a little shimmer. I really, really do love the dimension. I contemplated on adding some glossy accents, but I thought it was just, to leave it well enough alone. It was cute on its own. So that completes the card for today, you guys. Just kind of give you a close-up here. And then I've got a little surprise for you guys just to say thank you. Whenever someone says stamp, release this set again, I decided to go ahead and buy one to give away to one of you guys. So if you would like the chance to win this set, please go ahead and leave me a comment below on this video. This is going to be a very short giveaway. I'm going to open it up and leave it up until next Wednesday, so make sure you get your comment in. So if you'd like the chance to win this one, and if you don't have it already, go ahead and leave me a comment on this video only, and I will randomly select a winner. Thank you guys so much for all your support on my channel this year, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you, and subscribers only, please, too. So that's it for the tutorial. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.